Words appear. Whose planned life is it anyway? In association with Sterling Creations and VIP Tech Productions present Ask Donna. Donna Jordan answers your questions and offers you tips and tricks on being an author, an expert, a sight loss coach, and an advocate. Ask Donna, the advocate.
Happy November, everybody, and I am Donna Jordan, award-winning sight loss coach, author, and advocate, among so many other things. Well, November is here, and you know what? We should start getting ready for the holiday season. So are you ready for the holiday season? Okay, why not? Let's start this week on a very good note. I know fall is here and it's cold, it's wintry. Old man winter is just waiting to blow upon us, isn't he? But anyway, I hope everybody is having a good time. I hope that everyone is enjoying themselves and getting ready for the holiday season. I know I am. The other thing is that I cannot start off my show without thanking my dear friend Victor Guvia for giving me the opportunity to be with you for yet another month, yet another week. Thank you, Victor. Thank you very much indeed. So with each show for the Ask Donna show, there are two features at the end of my show that I really want you to pay attention to. And I want to thank you for having come in to listen to my show and provide me with very, very valuable feedback. Because it is only through you and with you that I can do this. The two features that I am referring to are these. One is my mental stretch. And I really believe in the mental stretch because we have stretches for all kinds of other things, back stretches, neck stretches, belly stretches, foot stretches. Well, why not the poor old mental stretch where we take advantage of having tools and implements to help us take care of our mental psyche. And this is so very important these days. Even more important because of COVID and because of a changing world, a rapidly changing world. We really need to take care of our mental stretch. And I'm here to tell you that I have been using this technique for several years now. It has worked marvelously for me, and I just want to share it with you, my mental stretch. So please listen on to the end of the show and you will hear my mental stretch. And my second feature is my virtual bento basket. I started this, I think, probably in September, my virtual bento basket. I enjoy doing this one too. So it's to put you in the frame of mind to receive a virtual basket, see what's in the basket, enjoy what's in the basket. All right, so each week I wear a different hat. For the first week of the month, I wear my advocate's hat. The second week is my author's hat. The third week is my coach's hat. And the fourth week is my so-called expert's hat. So what do I have in store for you for November? Well, let's dig into my little bag here. And let's see. So for this week, I'm going to be wearing my advocate's hat. And I'm going to be talking about the CHRC, the Canadian Human Rights Commission. For next week, when I wear my author's hat, I will be talking about anticipation of a holiday season and how you could use this frame of mind as a strategy to help you to create, imagine, and to spark and stimulate your creative juices. Okay? It's all about writing, editing, composing, doing anything. And I'll tell you more about that next week. Okay? The coach's hat, which is what I'm going to wear for the third week, has to do with cleaning greasy pots and pans. And that is wearing my coach's hat for the third week. Okay? And for the fourth week, my so-called expert's hat is going to be all about accessible cleaning services. All right then, are we ready to settle down for a few minutes with me and see how I could keep you awake and not have you fall asleep on me? All right. Let's start this week as me wearing my advocate's hat. So, who is the CHRC? Many of us don't really know who the CHRC is. CHRC stands for Canadian Human Rights Commission. They're based in Ottawa. They are federal, and they are supposed to be there for us to lodge our complaints whenever we have complaints against a federal government department or a federal entity. And I believe that we have covered this material in past advocates shows where I told you who federal entities were, and I'll tell you again. Federal entities are government departments such as the Canadian Transportation Agency, the CRTC, which is the Canadian Radio and Television Commission, Elections Canada, the CBSA, which is the Canadian Border Services Agency, CATSA, the Canadian Air Transportation Services Agency, and there are other departments as well. Public Health Canada is yet another one. Federal entities are those entities that fall under the purview of federal laws, and these would include companies such as banks, federal banks. You have the 6 largest banks in Canada, and you have telecommunications companies such as Rogers, Bell, TELUS, Shaw, and you have a bunch of other types of federal entities, and you can look this up on the handy dandy internet. All right, these are the entities. If you have complaints against them, you can go to the Canadian Human Rights Commission with your complaint. But I will tell you that it is not an easy process, and you got to make up your mind that your complaint will not be dealt with in a very short space of time. It's going to take a very, very, very long time. So pack your patience, pack your perseverance, be sure you're passionate. This is not for the faint of heart. So as I said, their function is to be there, hopefully, to protect our rights as Canadians against respondents such as federal entities who you think have done you wrong, have impinged on your rights, have failed to recognize your rights. And you need to familiarize yourself with the CHRC. You should contact them when you have a complaint. And make sure that if you have a complaint, that you are very sure that your complaint is legitimate. And I know that many of you will make sure of that. Because if you go to the CHRC with a frivolous complaint, or you go to the CHRC with a complaint that is not well-founded, trust me when I tell you that respondents are going to wear you down, because they have deep pockets and we don't. Okay? You can contact the CHRC, go onto their website and look for their phone number and contact them. Canadian Human Rights Commission. You could type that in a search field on the internet. Contact number for the Human Rights Commission. Canadian Human Rights Commission. Okay? Right, so let's move on here. If you want to read back issues of my, it's called the Blind Lifestyle Newsletter, we are on a bit of a hiatus for now. You can go to www.donnajodhan.com/tbln.html. Again, www.donnajodhan.com/tbln.html. If you'd like to read more about my advocacy and what I continue to advocate for, you can go to www.sterlingcreations.ca/blog. Again, www.sterlingcreations.ca/blog. Okay? Well, you know what? Time for the mental stretch. One of my favorite things to do every week, the mental stretch. And as I've said, the mental stretch is based on the MIC principle. It's all about sweeping your mind free of clutter and cobwebs. And you do the same to your imagination. Sweep your imagination free of clutter and cobwebs. And to spark and stimulate your creative juices. That is the MIC principle. And how do you do this, or how do I do this? I use a different sense every week. It can be the sense of smell, the sense of hearing, the sense of touch, the sense of taste, and I combine different senses. I also use a sense of sight at times, because I think it's important that we have our mental stretch. So for this week, we're going to engage the sense of hearing. How about church bells? Just think of it. Sit quietly and listen to the church bells ringing. Some of you may think they're mournful. I don't. I think of church bells ringing when weddings are going on. Yeah, they ring when funerals are going on. They ring for special occasions. But think of it as chimes that are pure as voices of an angel. Think of it that way. Sit quietly and think of church bells. And you know what? You can use your sense of sight in conjunction with this. Think of churches. Think of churches. Nice, peaceful buildings. So your sense of hearing and your sense of sight are both combined in this specific strategy that I'm telling you. How about honking horns? Well, your sense of sight will tell you. You think of cars, trucks, even trains, okay? Honking horns. Well, a lot of people don't use horns in the right way. I like to think of honking horns on New Year's Eve to bring in the new year. Honking horns. Beep, 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 honk, honk, honk. Think of it that way. Don't think of it as being in traffic and using your horn to, catch the attention of someone else. Think of honking horns as being used in celebrations. And think of cars and trucks on the road that, nice looking cars, nice looking trucks. Hey, it's all in the fashion of using your sense of hearing and using your sense of sight to help you spark and stimulate your creative juices and to sweep your minds and your imaginations of cobwebs and clutter. How about organ music? I absolutely adore organ music. And you can listen to organ music any and everywhere, wherever you please. In a church, at home on your, special CDs, or play your own organ. Why not? sit on your bench, your organ's bench, and, bellow out those songs that are most favorable to you, or some of your favorite stuff. Okay? So think of it as looking at an organ with all these notes, inviting you to play them. Sense of hearing and sense of sight. Now, if you wish to contact me, you can send me an email at askdonnaonblindlife@gmail.com. Again, it's askdonnaonblindlife@gmail.com. Okay, askdonnaonblindlife@gmail.com, and I'll always answer your emails. If it's something urgent, I'll do my best to answer you within 2 business days. Okay? All right. Are you ready now for my virtual bento basket of the week? I really enjoy bringing this to you because I think what it does, it puts you in the mood for something. How about a basket filled with some favorite sweets? Now, these are my favorite sweets. I hope some of them could be yours. All right? Marshmallows that you can use. You can roast these marshmallows. I know it's a bit cold right now for the barbecue, but you could do them indoors as well. Marshmallows. How about Rocher chocolates filled with cream and hazelnuts and crunch, crunch, crunch. You crunch these, so there's a little box in there for you. So you got your marshmallows, you've got your Rocher chocolates. Let's see what else I could put in for you. This may not be a sweet, but how about a nice bottle of apple cider? Weather is getting colder. This is not exactly a sweet. It's a bottle of apple cider just for you. You can drink it warm, you can drink it cold, whatever you want to do with it. And then I'm going to put in some shortbread biscuits for you. Yeah, by Christie's. Lovely shortbread biscuits you can have with a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. After dinner, you can do that. Okay. And I found this in a Metro store in my neck of the woods. I don't know if you have a Metro store in your neck of the woods. And it's also available at Walmart. It's chocolate bars filled with orange bits. I love these. But you know what? You gotta be a bit careful when you're eating this, because you could eat the whole chocolate bar in one go. And for me, as a diabetic, that's not such a great idea. But I'll put this in the basket for you. So let's see what we have so far. Okay, we have marshmallows, we have Rocher chocolates, we have a bottle of apple cider, which is not exactly a sweet, but you know what, it's sweet anyways. And some chocolate bar is filled with orange. I like that. And I'm going to fill my basket up now with candy apples and candy fruits for you. I love my candy apples and I love my candy ginger. Right then, this is it for today and this is it for this week. I want to wish each and every one of you a happy day, happy rest of the week. Thank you so much again for coming in to listen to me. I really, really appreciate it. And you enjoy your week, your day. Remember now, November is here and it's time to get ready for the holiday season. Fast approaching, eh? I know things are a little expensive this year, but you know what? If we put our heads together, we can find ways to beat this. Yeah, we can find ways. If the people in Ukraine can overcome, we in Canada and the US and the rest of the world can find a way. We know that there are a lot of people out there that need help. Let's help each other. All right, stay safe, take care, and we'll see you again next week.
You can listen to Ask Donna every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific on Whose Blind Life Is It Anyway?